Hey there, Bootstrappers. This is Ryan Nickel coming at you with episode number 66. So it is just before 6 a.m. my time. So I lost the beard on accident. Funny story is I have a beard trimmer, and I'm like, I usually do a 5 on my trimmer, and I saw it. I'm like, you know what? It's I wonder what a 3 looks like. Well, this is what a 3 looks like. Never again will I do a 3. I feel like I'm 12 years old again. And my daughter's like, when I walked out of the bathroom, she's like, oh my gosh, grow it back. Where's my daddy? So, yeah. Anyway, yesterday I was down in Sacramento, which is about an hour away. And this episode's always be looking. And so I'm down in Sacramento, and I am driving around looking at pre-foreclosures. And all of a sudden my car starts shaking really bad, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? So I get out, I'm like, do I got a flat tire? And I get out and I look, I'm like, no, I'm only doing like 35 miles an hour too. My car's like shaking really, really bad. And so it just happened to be that, fortunately enough, I'm down in Sacramento, and that's where my mechanic is. So from way back in the day, from when I used to live. Shout out to Alexis McGee. She's the one, when I worked at foreclosures.com with her, the mechanic lived right around the block from, worked right around the block from where our office was. And so she introduced me to the guy. He's been honest, faithful. I've been faithful to him ever since, because he's just an honest guy. So anyway, my car's shaking really, really bad, and I call him up. I'm like, hey man, this is what's going on. Could it be that my tires are bad? He's like, well, it could be, and then so I'm like, all right, well, I'll just drive back home to Yuba City, it's like an hour away. And I get the thought again, like, nah, I'm gonna call a guy and tell him all the symptoms that I'm feeling. And not only is it shaking, but it's also like when I'm going into reverse and forward, it's like making this metal clicking sound, like clink, 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 and then it shifts real hard into gear. So I call him and tell him that. It's like, oh, it sounds like you got a bad U-joint. And I'm like, I don't even know about a U-joint. I'm like, what is that? So anyway, I drive it over there. I'm shaking all over the place, and he goes, yeah, in fact, there's 4 bolts that hold it together. You only had 1 left. And I'm like, man, I've been driving this thing all over the place. I went camping last weekend way up in the mountains, and we had no reception. I mean, how fortunate I am. Thank God that I was down looking at property doing this, and it happened to be that I was just close enough that I can go to this mechanic. So, moral of the story is, though, I pull it into his shop about 10 o'clock, and I don't leave until about 3:30. And so, what do I have to do? Because I'm on foot. So, what I did was I pull up on Zillow, and I looked at all the pre-foreclosures that are within walking distance. And so my strategy is, when someone gets a pre-foreclosure, they got 90 days. They have 90 days, they're in denial, they're like, I'll fix this, it's no big deal. And car off, because I'm just chilling here. All right, out of the gym. So I'll tell you about that in a second. So anyway, yeah, I'll just do it right now. So anyway, I wake up every day at 4:30. And I hit the gym. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do CrossFit type exercises, and Tuesdays and Thursdays I go swimming. And I hit the sauna. It's really great to clear the mind and just wake up and be fresh every single day. So I do this every single day, Monday through Friday. So anyway, I digress. So when someone is in pre-foreclosure status, they're in denial. It's not they're just like, whatever. Every once in a while, someone will get a pre-foreclosure, and they're like, boom, they bounce. They're like, I'm out of here. Their bank's gonna come take my house, and they just don't know. They're ignorant. So I still look at pre-foreclosures, but I go after notice of sales or notice of trustee sale in California, or the auctions. So when I look at on Zillow, my order of priority is I'm looking for the auctions first, because those people have already had the 90 days. And so the way the foreclosure process works is you get a notice of default after you're 90 days late. Then you get another 90 days, and then you get a notice of sale. At that notice of sale, they have 21 days. And they publish it every 7 days. So that's the minimum amount of time. So they got 21 days after that. So there's basically, 6 months and 21 days is what it takes for them to lose their house, basically, for the auction to go through. So at the 3-month mark, after they get the notice of sale, those people are starting to scramble a little bit now, because they're like, crap, I got a notice of sale, and they give you the sale date, and they tell you exactly when it is and when it's going to happen. And it's like, okay, let's see what they're going to do. And so I go after those people first, because notice of sales, those people are ready to bounce. They realize that, hey, nothing's going to happen. The sheriff's going to come and take my house. And so that's my order of priority, what I'm looking for. So I'm going to look for anything that's in that area, in my area, or where I'm scouting, or where I'm farming, whatever, or where I'm at for the day. In this example, I'm in Fair Oaks, California, and I'm looking for those. So yesterday there were no notice of sales. So I found, notice of defaults, and I walked around. I looked at 3 of them. One of them actually happens to be looks like it's vacant. And so my priority is I'm going to go after vacant properties first, because they've already washed their hands and they've walked away. They're like, look, I don't want this property anymore. I'm done with it. Rather than going after someone who's in their house, trying to find, working with them. I mean, there's one right now I'm working with. It's been like almost 3.5 months, and they're looking for a place. They're like, they're poor, they can't afford it. All this stuff is just really difficult. And so for me, I'd rather just have the person that's out of the house. Boom, here's the keys, you can have it. I can't even snap this morning. So that's my order of priority, but I'm always looking, no matter where I'm at. Like a couple weeks ago, we were going down to Disneyland. I was visiting my folks in Visalia, California, which is by Fresno, in between Fresno and Bakersfield, and just happened to find a house that's, right across the street from us. Actually, that one was not on the pre-foreclosure list, but my father says, hey, this is a vacant house. This person went into an old folks home, whatever, or they're living with family and they just couldn't afford it anymore, or they couldn't take care of it anymore. And I actually got that one under contract right now. We're in contract. We're actually doing a short sale on that one. So the moral of the story is always be looking, always be searching, no matter where you're at, because there are deals to be found. And it's either going to be you or it's going to be somebody else. And you're just one deal away from making your financial future be what it is. You're just one deal away from turning your finances around. And that's literally how it happened for me. I was one deal away when I got started from turning my entire life around and becoming a real estate investor for the rest of my life. So anyway, that's what I got for you, and get out there and crush it.